Right then, welcome back. Today we're doing that naked power, and not the best choice of tracks in the world, if I'm being honest. French Riviera, Imatra, and a few others, but it is what it is. So first up, French Riviera 5-lap race, and we're going to use that. 2004 Aprilia Mille 210. Very good bikes them. Always wanted one. Prices are firming up, so if you want one, buy one now, don't wait. And setup wise, bit of a mixed bag. We need good front end support, we need a back end that's not going to step out, but at the same time it needs to be soft enough to generate a bit of heat in the tyres, because we're racing at night and it's a French Riviera and I don't like this place. However, we'll give it a go. We're up against a few naughty, the Brutale is a bit more powerful than what we've got and so on and so forth. So the rule of 3 has been activated. 3 attempts, and then I'm putting it on very easy. Attempt 1, make a mess of it, run into the barriers, off we get. Attempt 2, way too fast, into the corners at the top of the hill, and guess what? We get off again. Attempt 3, and we get spear tackled by an AI rider. So, that was that, done. I am not wasting 3 hours of my life trying to fight the AI round a track that I don't like. So, very easy it is. And surprisingly enough, we get it done. So off the line, we get a great start until we're running the back of someone on a Ducati Monster, and then we get shuffled all the way back to 7th. We're having a ding-dong with the rider on the Ducati Monster, but even so, we stick with it and we get through. Now, I wasn't sure what to do. Do I do a full lap? Do I do lap 1, lap 5? Do I do the highlights like I've been doing? I don't know. I don't like the track. I don't really want to bore people by talking around it. So, I don't know. I looked at all the footage and kind of just stuck in the bits that were interesting. So, lap 5, that corner before you go up the hill, we ran off and smashed into the barriers. And apart from that, in all honesty, nothing else happened. The lap times weren't particularly fast. The AI were slow. They're on very easy. And what we did is we built a 30-second lead. And it was very unsatisfying. I didn't particularly enjoy the race. I didn't particularly feel like I'd achieved anything by doing it. I felt dirty. I felt dirty that I'd put it on easy. Very easy. And then won. But it's just my OCD fighting against my, what's the word I'm looking for, my expectations and everything else in reality. But we'll get it done. If you like the place, you like the place. If you don't, you don't, and I certainly don't, so I'm not going to lose any sleep of it. Second one then, Canto South to be precise, another 5-lapper, and we're going to use the bikes from the Naked Power Pack, or the Power Naked Pack, or whatever combination of words we've got, and we're going to use that 2014 Z1000. Now, we've played this game before where we used the wrong bike on the wrong race, and I should not have used that bike for this race. I should have used the CB1300. However, we'll cover that in a little while. Again, setup wise, you need a decent front end, you need a bit of support. The bikes aren't massively powerful. You probably get away running a soft tyre on the back, medium on the front. Gearing wise, probably just have a bit of a twiddle and see what they like. We'll go from there. Now, attempt number 1, corner 2, I think it is, up the hill. No, smash it into the barriers, not good. Then I remembered it was on very easy, so I had to put it back on very hard, 120%. And we went again. Now. The AI weren't great across this whole event. They were quite quick at Snetterton. But other than that, they were just a little bit there. So we get off the line, straight to the front, off we go. No issues, go steady round this corner, don't go mad. Just, it's uphill, it's a bit of a weird camber, the bike likes to slide on the exit as well. Wave at the temple to all the tourists. Naughty corners, not too fast, don't go too close to the wall or the barrier or the grass because it'll spit you off. Don't ride up the curb on the left there. Don't run too wide because there's another wall to catch you out. It's just a track full of traps. Into this, turn 6, it tightens up, so just let the bike come back towards the wall, then get on the gas. And again, we've got another tightening right-hander, which I make a right mess of and clip the wall into a very sharp left-hander. Don't get on the gas too early, it'll slide. AI, being a bit cheeky, trying to come up the inside. Now, that AA rider distracted me, so I missed my braking point for these double right-handers up here, which is about now, but I go steaming through the corner and plant it straight into the barrier at about 120 mile an hour, which was not good. We don't quit, we'll get back on. I'm in 5th. Don't clip the curb on the inside there, don't let it run too wide, you've got a barrier. So again, it's this compromise between entry speed and exit speed, which when you're going flat out and you've got AI riders around you, it's a bit of a nightmare. But anyway, down the straight that's not a straight, into the braking zone, just after the 3rd to last diamond on the floor. Don't know why I use that, it's very complicated. Don't run wide on the exit and then go up the hill. The AI aren't great up the hill, you should be able to gain a bit of time. And then if you stick to the outside around this corner, you can punt an AI rider up the backside, gently encourage him to move out your way, and then that's it. You've done a lap. So what you then try and do is put the AI off by selling them dummies. So go around the outside, he'll move wide, you nip up the inside, job's cod. Then take your time around the really horrible, weirdly cambered, ever tightening sequence of 3 corners. Don't go too close to the wall because you'll headbutt it and fall off. Don't clip the curb on the inside. Don't run wide on the exit. Simples. It's like a mantra. Tightening right-hander. Don't let the AI put you off. Follow their lines. You follow your own lines because it'll be much better. Into this right-hander. Remember, there's a 95 degree left-hander on exit. Don't get on the gas too early and do what I did and spit itself off. And we're still chasing the eye down. Now, at this point, we've got a Japanese rider on a Japanese track winning. I've got a 0.385 second of a penalty, and I just think, sod it, I'll stuff it up the inside. Run way too tight. Run a little bit wide, and he's stuck it up the inside of me, and I think, you know, you're cheeky monkey, you clip the curb, nearly send myself into orbit, but don't, and then we carry on. And it was just one of those little ding-dongs where, this is quite entertaining. Stuff it up the inside of him, look for the diamond, a little bit late on the brakes, but we'll get it stopped, it's no worries. Tip it in, up the hill, away we go. We made a mistake, but we clawed it back. End of lap 5, we've got another couple of tenths of a second penalty, so we're up to half a second, but we've got a 4.4 second lead, so it doesn't matter. The Japanese rider's made a mess of it, and we've got a Chinese rider, and I think that's a Thai. Is it Thai? Thai or Malaysia? I'm not sure, I can't remember. Anyway, yeah, job's done. Good little race that, good little track, very enjoyable. Bike, okay, not too bad. I have a Z1000 SX in real life, and it's quite good. Although I don't quite get on with it, but that's a whole different story. So, race 3. And this is where bad decisions started being made. So, I used the Z1000 at Kanto. I thought I'll use that, CB1300. Good bike, great engine. What an engine, really good motor on them. We go to a Matra, I think it's okay. It's only a 152.9, 153, 150 should be achievable on a half decent bike with someone who's reasonably competent. However, what happened was I picked the wrong bike for the wrong track. Attempt number 1, there's your 152 gone, there's your 155 gone, miles, 156, so we've got a bronze medal, not good enough. I go again, come out the corner, massive wheelie, off the back we get, and we've got friction burns on our backside. Attempt number 3, silver medal. Nowhere near the 152.9. Can't get close to it. Like, nowhere near it. So I think, sod this. Rule of 3. Change the bike. We go back to the Z1000. Again, setup's a little bit weird. However, it's all about just keeping temperature in the tyres. So over the line, down the straight, you've got a 90 degree right hander at the bottom. Don't go too wide, don't run too tight, the curbs are nasty, get on the gas, watch for the bump, massive wheelie, but we're alright because we managed to get the back brake on in time. Into this little flicky flacky Najary chicane where the curbs will fire you into the barriers if you touch them. Stay across to the left hand side. Turn as close to the 100 metre board as you can on the brakes, and again, middle of the track. Don't hit the curb on the inside or the outside because it'll fire you off. It's a pain in the backside. Back straight, massive. Get the hammer down all the way up here. You're going to see the 300 metre board and the 200 metre board. We're going to put the brakes on at the 200 metre board. There. Brakes on all the way down. Second gear, sometimes first, depending on what bike you're on. Nice and tight on the middle of the chicane. Out we go. Don't run wide. The curb will split you off. Up the hill, 200 metre board, 100 metre board. Just before you get to the 100 metre board, just slam the brakes on. Don't cut the corner too much, you'll get a penalty. I got 0.14 of a second. This corner early on the brakes, nice and tight. Don't run too wide, the barrier comes back to meet you. Get on the gas. Little short straight over the brow of the hill, and this corner's a pig because it's a downhill approach on the brakes and it wants to suck you right in there and fire you into that barrier and that curb. Don't trust it. Alright, over the brow, keep the bike across to the left, on the brakes before you get to that little left-on bend, throw it across to the right as far as you can, tuck it in nice and tight, don't do what I did, too late on the brakes and run wide, and now it's all about gas, 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 all the way down the straight, don't put your respirator on, and we'll see if we can do it. We should do it quite easy, because a 152.9 on this is very achievable. However, it was closer than I wanted it to be, just a couple of seconds. It was one of those awkward events where I knew I'd used the wrong bike, but we did it by what? 2 and a bit seconds, which I'm happy with that. It's fine. I'm a 2.4 second. It's gold. It's fine. It's done. It's whatever. We're onwards and upwards. So event 4. Now, what did I say earlier? I said Snetterton, did I? Yes. So this is where things got a little bit prickly. We just used a Z-Thou. So we used a Z-Thou, then we used a CB1300. Then I went back to the Z-Thou. And now guess what? We're going to use that, the racing modified version of the Z-Thou. And I guess there's a little bit of a lack of imagination, but you've got to use, it looks better with a single pipe as well, not twins. But anyway, you've got to use the right bike for the right event. And there's no way a CB1300 race modified bike was going to win at Snetterton in the pissing rain, and it is raining as well. When I say raining, it is raining. And people have got a right sweat on in the last few days about some footage of this game, but okay, I didn't realise it was that much of a mystery. Attempt 1, we slide off at the hairpin. Attempt 2, we get into a right angle with some AI through the first couple of corners. Attempt 3, up to the hairpin as well, ramming into the back of people. Attempt 4, all hell breaks loose here. There's bikes going off left, right and centre. Attempt 5, into the hairpin too fast. Yeah, so far, we're not having a good day. But, we go again. And attempt number, is it 6 or 7? I don't know, I've lost count. But whatever attempt it is, attempt 6. We get it done. And, was it easy? No. I like this track, I just struggle with this track. It's the lack of braking markers, and the AI are mega aggressive as well. So off the start, in 8th, all sorts of shenanigans going off in front of us. Stick it up the inside and just be brave, stick it out. The AI will move out of your way, and then off you go. Up the back straight, this corner, this left-hander, faster than you think. There's not really a braking marker, you're just going to have to suck it and see and get used to it and see where the track goes. Try not to run on the curves, try not to run wide. Down a little straight, you've got another 170 degree corner here. Alright, into turn 4, Agostini's. Try and stay on the inside, and the right hand side of the track you'll see a little bit of orange curb just there. On the brakes, let it tip in, don't run wide because there's just grass. Just after the curb, get on the brakes, let the AI do what they want to do, try and cut back underneath him. Yeah, proper little ding dong was developing, and he's on some, is it an XGR 1300? That's an inline 4-cylinder, air cooled admittedly, but it sounds like a twin. I don't know quite what developers have done, but it's just an absolute mess. But down the back straight, under the bridge, just before you get to the bridge, you're going to put the brakes on and you're going to tip it in. We're going down the gears all the way down. I sometimes use first, sometimes second, it just depends how I feel. Through the little chicane, a little bit of a straight into the bommel, not too fast, the front will wash out, pick it up again, a little bit of a straight, and let off and turn in. Do not carry the throttle into that corner because you'll just run straight on. We've got a little bit of a penalty because I made a mess of it. And this corner, I hate this corner. This is the one that always catches me out on this track. Murray's the last turn. I'm either too hot, too fast, too wide, or something else. End up on the grass over the curb, and it's spanned. Anyway, lap done. We're winning by not much. Winning? No, we're leading. Lap 4, into Murray's, end of the lap. I run wide, get on the gas, and he almost spits me off, but the AI too close, and he can't get past. So, we managed to stay in front. However, we've got a 0.3 almost second of a penalty, and we were only 0.08 of a second in front. But on the last lap, the AI make a right mess of it, and we end up with over a second lead. I'm a little bit wary of the game pumping me up the backside by getting rid of a 1.1 second lead to like a 0.2 of a second lead or something daft, and my penalty absolutely annihilates me. But all I wanted to do was get out of this corner cleanly, get on the gas. I am running traction control because the bike was all over the place without it, and then just up the straight, and I was watching the gap. It was getting smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller, but it's done. It's done. And Snetterton seems to have been coming up quite a lot recently as well. I don't know what it is. All the events that use Snetterton, we seem to be doing them all at the same time. But by the by, 4 down. Take a breath. So, last one then. Road Atlanta, motorcycle circuit. And I hate the left, right at the top of the hill. Was it turn 2 or whatever? And the only bike we've not used so far is that CB 1300 race modified. Now that would be a filthy bit of kit, especially with that Yoshimura Cyclone exhaust on it. It would be absolutely magical. However, the game has like underrepresented these bikes for me a little bit, because I had one and they were a bit of a weapon. You just had to get the suspension set up properly. But by the by, setup wise, tyre temperature is a problem on this track. You have to run the bikes very soft, which causes all sorts of problems through changes of direction. So attempt number 1, into the first turn, run over the curb, get on the grass, and we're off. Attempt 2, what was he doing? Where did he come from? There's bikes and riders everywhere. That was a proper kamikaze little moment there from the computer. However, attempt number 3, we get done. So off the start, a little bit of a wheelie, clean start, very clean start. AI being a bit naughty, covering the line for no reason whatsoever, and we're through the first corner in 6th. Now, these corners at the top of this hill are an absolute pain in the arse, and throughout the race it was a constant problem. I mean, getting past the AI, they were handy for that, but throughout the race there were a problem with me getting penalties at this section of track. But AI bins it in front of us, he rides straight into it and sends himself into a low orbit, and we're away. We're in the lead. Through the left-hander, up over the dip, run it wide, watch for the wheelie over the little crest, all the way up, look for the hut on the left-hand side, get on the brakes, turn it in, straighten her up, on the brake, on the gas again, a little bit of brake, turn it in, be patient on the throttle, don't run wide, and then we're onto the back straight. Now, I was worried I didn't have enough go, because the AI were using some naughty bikes that I just were worried were just going to eat my lead, because the CB, I mean, we're pretty much flat out 150 mile an hour. These naked bikes much quicker than that. Just as you go past the 200 metre board, get on the brakes, down to second gear, tip her in, over the curb, use plenty of curb on both, doesn't matter. Stay to the left, because the track's going to go to the left, watch for the wheelie, and then just get on the brakes just before you get to the bottom of the hill, turn it in, nice and tight, straighten her up, lap done of Road Atlanta. Now, any problems? Yes. Top of the hill, turn 2. Lap 2, 0.1 of a second penalty there, which annoyed me because I really wanted to do a clean race. I don't know why, I just fancied it. Lap 5, now this one's weird. So we get through here really clean, really minimal effort, not trying to turn the bike too far. But it drags me onto the grass there and gave me half a second. Half a second penalty for getting dragged onto the grass. Now, I don't know what advantage I got from it, but it certainly didn't feel like an advantage. But down the straight, front tyre stone cold, be careful on turning, we've got a massive lead, we've got the best part of 17 seconds. It is on 120% as well, because I checked, but yeah, big lead. Just the right bike for the track, apart from the front tyre being absolutely frigid, but there's not a lot we can do about that. Try not to lock the front wheel and try not to fall off. And that, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, is that. All 5 events done. races done, event done. Was it any good? It was okay. It was alright. I can give or take French Riviera, and I'm not a massive fan of a Matra, but apart from that, one too bad. Snetterton in the rain's a bit of a pain in the arse. Bikes, okay, some are good, some aren't, but it's done. So thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to leave me a comment, let me know how you're getting on. Hit me a like if you've enjoyed it, subscribe, stay to the very end. We're going to do them all, there's not many left now, but we're getting there, and fingers crossed I will see you next time. Stay safe, peace.